Good morning, culés. It is time to wake up and Barça. Live Barcelona news coming from the Undefeated channel. Good morning to you all. Let's take a little sip of coffee because tastes like first place. Barcelona sitting top of the table, 5 points clear of Real Madrid temporarily. Real Madrid plays on Thursday, but Barcelona, 10-man Barcelona, with the comeback against Osasuna yesterday. We're going to talk the good, the bad, the Barça in a full match review in today's episode. If you want to be part of the conversation, make sure you subscribe to the channel as we go over all the headlines coming out of the Camp Nou, have a little bit of caffeine, have some good conversation as we start our day the Barcelona way. Let's go ahead and kick things off the right way, my friends.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are now tuning in to the undefeated Mustache John.
Let's go, Visca Barça. First place, baby. Oh my God, it's getting tongue-tied already. I'm stuttering over my words. I am so excited. Barcelona with the big 2-1 comeback victory. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. 2-1 comeback victory against Osasuna. Let's take a look at the overview here. Goals from Pedri, goals from Rafinha after we gave up the early goal to David Garcia off of the corner kick. We'll talk more about that. Looking at the stats, nice little overview. Well, hang on, almost skipped over. Both Piqué and Lewandowski got a red card yesterday. Some of you may not have caught. Piqué also sent off. He was on the bench.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen,
reset the counter. I think that's like 5 in a row now. We're fine. We're fine. We need a producer, but we're fine. We're doing great here, folks. Anyway, TikToks, you didn't see that mistake on TikTok. If you want to see the full experience, mistakes and everything, swipe over to my profile, click the link in the bio. That'll get you to the Undefeated Mustache John YouTube channel. But if you want to watch it here, I'm happy to have you. Click those hearts. Make sure you follow me here. Those watching on YouTube, make sure you smash the like button. If you're enjoying the content, mistakes and all. Anyway, red card to Lewandowski, which we know about, but Gerard Piqué also sent off in what was his final match for Barcelona. We all thought it was the match against Almeria. That was just his Camp Nou send-off. He was on the bench. He could have technically played in this one. I don't think Xavi had any intentions of doing so. So Piqué went ahead and got himself sent off at halftime. No big deal. Second half was all Barcelona. We were actually outshot in this one, surprisingly. 54% possession. Again, down to 10 men from when did he get sent off? The 31st minute. So we played a full hour down a man. Excuse me. A little something in my throat. Excuse me about that. Anyway, 54 possession. Not bad for being down a man. 500 passes, 81% accuracy, which is incredibly low. And I know right off the bat, you're going to be thinking, well, we were down a man, that makes sense, and this and that. We were down in the 80s before Lewandowski got sent off. Barcelona were actually not looking very good in this match up until the second half. Slow first half for Barcelona. We'll talk more about it in a second. Let me finish up with these stats here. 6 fouls for Barcelona, 2 yellow cards, 2 red cards, 2 offside, 6 corners. But here's the stats that matter, my friends. Barcelona, top of the table, 5 points clear of Real Madrid temporarily. We have a match in hand. Real Madrid will be hosting Cadiz. That's going to be tomorrow at 3:30. This is after Real Madrid dropped points to Rayo and dropped points to Girona. So Real Madrid looking to recover. Otherwise, they're going into the international break 5 points down from Real Madrid, or from Barcelona, excuse me, which I'm okay with. If Real Madrid just wants to drop points, fine by me. I got no complaints here. So this is where I'm going to turn to the chat. I'm going to say my good mornings. We'll have a little bit of coffee before we get into the nitty-gritty details. Talking about the good, the bad, the Barça. What was good about the match? What was bad about the match? What represented the badge? And then we got to give out the mustache man of the match. Somehow, one of the Osasuna players got got the man of the match from the broadcast. The Budweiser man of the match. Oh, it's a Budweiser man of the match. Everybody drink your beer. Ooh, your wheat water. Ooh. Anyway, I digress. I'm a tequila guy. Anyway, that won't be happening. You will not see any Osasuna players getting the man of the match on this broadcast, my friends. Not happening. Let me turn this in just a little bit. There we go. There we go. Again. Oh, hi. Somebody call me daddy. That's hi. It's funny. Anyway, I digress. Folks, let me turn to the chat. Let me say my hello, see how everybody is feeling after the big comeback victory. What's your initial takes? How are we feeling this morning? Let me check in with the Stash Squad, and then we'll get into the good, the bad, and the Barça. Sahil, hello, my friend. How we doing? Ovi, good morning to you. We got Forza Barça in the house. Gene Nam, good morning to you. Ovi says, that game gave me a heart attack, not even lying. Amen to that. If I would have still been tracking my heart rate, I think it would have been up in 180 or so. Beat Beast, new subscriber from Kenya. Well, welcome, sir. Glad to have you as part of the community. Appreciate you coming and hanging out with us. Thanks for giving yourself a little shout out. Excuse me. I got some burps. I had some late night pizza last night. I had my own soccer game. Disappointing loss. We don't need to get into it. All right. We're here to talk about Barcelona. But I had my game, lost, ate some pizza to make myself feel better. And now I've got some indigestion. Tums, you want to be a sponsor? I'm just saying. Anyway, Felipe says PK wanted his last match to be at the Camp Nou. That's why he got the red. I think so. I think he probably said some magic words to the referee. I saw a quick highlight of him saying some stuff, covering his mouth to the referee. I'm sure the ref said, you know what, PK? Have a wonderful retirement. Here's red. Be gone, sir. Anyway. Forza Barça says the ref wanted us to lose, but he couldn't. What a joke, ref. We'll talk a little bit more about that ref in just a second. There was a quote I saw on Twitter that said, overheard in Barcelona's locker room, we were playing against 11 Osasuna and 1 Madrista. Not inaccurate. Sahil asks how the dog is doing. Dogs are doing well. Dogs are doing very well, actually. Just recently got them their own beds, so they're not sleeping in bed with mom and dad anymore, so we get a little bit more space. They're not happy with me. Full disclosure, they're not happy with me, but they're dealing with it. They're champs. I appreciate you asking so much. Inner Beast, top of the league, 5 points. Grand Rising to you, sir. I appreciate that. Grand Rising, great name. In fact, there's other people who use that on here as well. I'm wondering if there's been a name change. Anyway, Ferhan, good morning to you as well. Ryan Scott, Barça fan, forgot to shout you out at the top. I saw when I logged in to the chat that you had put in a donation to start us off. Thank you so much, Ryan. I do appreciate it. I know that's your hard-earned cash, so thank you very much for donating it to the channel. It's going to go to growing the community, growing the channel, subscriptions, hardware, all those things that I need to keep things running. That's where that money goes. So thank you, Ryan. I do appreciate it very much. I'm seeing the hearts in the chat on TikTok. I appreciate that. Not sure what the white and yellow for. Who are you supporting with white and yellow? Cadiz? Who would be white and yellow? Not sure. It's not Madrid, right? What team would be white and yellow? Anyway, don't care. Don't care. We're going to... I thought so. Inner B says the name change was stabilized. I thought so. See, that phrasing there, the Grand Rising, sticks out. Might not always recognize the YouTube handles, especially when you guys change them, but I recognize the conversation. I certainly do. I appreciate everybody hanging out. Caddis is blue and yellow, so I don't know. Maybe it was a Madrista just trying to flash some gold at me. I don't know. I'm going to take this robe off because I'm a little hot today. Put this right there. Okay, anyway, a little warm in here. Get my fan going. It's the hair. Whenever my hair's down, sometimes it's just a little hot. Ovi says the ref actually revealed what PK said, and believe me, it's quite interesting. Oh, Ovi, tell us more. Tell us more. And actually, while you're doing that, why don't we hop over? We'll get on Twitter and see if we can pull up anything. If we go PK red, maybe something will come up. Their career ends with a red card while on the bench for Barcelona. Oh, okay, maybe. What PK said to Gil Manzano as per the referee's report before setting him off. Did you see the corner you called against us? You're the referee that has effed us up the most with a big difference. PK after the red. It's a effing disgrace. I'm not going to say it because this is a family-friendly stream here. But yeah, that'll get you sent off. That'll definitely get you sent off, my friends. Those are the magic words that I was talking about. So Gerard Piqué, kudos to you, sir, going out on his shield, willing to say what was on all of our minds, taking one for the team there, sent off in his last match. I don't hate it. Farewell to Piqué. Can't wait to have you back as president. Might be sooner rather than later, folks. Apparently, reports are saying that Piqué and Laporta, their relationship towards the end had started to fall apart. Laporta wanted to have a little press conference for Piqué. Piqué said, nah, dude. My next press conference will be announcing my presidency for the Blaugrana. We'll see. Interesting stuff going on. I see the question in the chat on TikTok. It says, do you think Barca can hold on to this and win the league? It's a long season, but good so far. I do. The fact that Madrid are dropping points away from these big matches, they're dropping points to some of these lesser clubs, and Barcelona, here's the difference, folks. Last year, the year before, with Coleman, with Setien, those type of matches, we end up losing 2-1. We end up losing 1-0. But Xavi has this team bought in, committed. The passion is there. The never say die attitude, the undefeated mentality. It's there, and it's been brought in by Xavi. A man down, 60 minutes played with 10 men. Barcelona still fight back and get the win. Absolutely incredible. Top performance from Barcelona. Ovi says, and the Barça for yesterday's game goes to Piqué for the legendary moment. Almost. He did get the mustache man of the match in his last match where he played. So I think that'll be Piqué's send-off. But since you brought it up, let's go ahead and get into the good, the bad, and the Barça from Barcelona's big comeback against Osasuna. Down a man, down a goal, 30 minutes in. Barcelona not looking good in the first half, but second half turned it on. The commitment was there. The energy was there. The tactics were there. And Barcelona getting the 2 goals that we needed to get 3 points and say 5 points clear of Real Madrid. So it was huge. Let's begin today with talking about what was good about the match. And there was a lot. I mentioned it already. Comeback victory. Down a man, down a goal. 30 minutes in. We could have crumbled. We could have given up. This was not our best match. Even in the first 30 minutes when we had 11 men. We gave up that goal 6 minutes in off of a corner. Might be a little Barca breakdown, a little Barca blame game coming up. Keep an eye out for that one. We'll talk about it more. Anyway, I digress. We're talking about what was good. The win. Xavi changing up the tactics. Didn't switch up the personnel at halftime, but definitely moved players around the field. Definitely asked them to perform a bit differently and got everything that he needed from those players. So Xavi absolutely getting it right with the tactics and adjusting appropriately. Christensen's return, also good. Glad to have one of our center backs return. Marcus Alonso played alongside him. Had a great match. I know a lot of you complain about his lack of pace. You say he's not a center back. We never should have signed him. I can't believe we're going to offer a 2-year contract, this and that. For me, I'm content with Marcus Alonso. He's tall. He's physical. His passing ability is top-notch for a defender. So I have no complaints about that. But none of those get the good box. What does get the good box is our young Pedri getting the equalizer. This is another video that we'll do a Barca breakdown on. This one, he could have smashed it. He could have just sent a rocket towards goal, but keeper would have saved it. Keeper was reading his eyes, looking to make the stop, and Pedri just looks him off to the far post, sneaks it in near post, no problem, levels it for Barcelona, and then I don't want to say there was no looking back, it was all smooth sailing, but really turned the momentum in the favor of Barcelona, really kicked things up, kicked us into gear, and allowed us to continue forward and ultimately get that victory. So for that, Pedri gets the good box. Well done, sir. Now let's talk about what was bad about the match. First and foremost, the referee. I don't know what Madrid paid you, but I hope it was worth it. This was a nonsense game where very few calls made sense in terms of consistency throughout the match. You saw yellows flying for Barcelona, even though Osasuna, I think at the end of the match, had 4 or 5 yellow cards. Early on, particularly first half, way more opportunities to show yellow for the referee and didn't. And anytime our players even looked at our opponent wrong, foul called, yellow card. The referee was awful yesterday. Even with that poor refereeing, you have to point out a couple of other words. Let me drink some coffee. You have to point out a couple other things that were bad. Let me say this. Boosie did not have a good match, okay? He was this close to getting the bad box. It was Boosie's fault for giving up the goal on the corner. Horrendous marking. We will do a Barcelona blame game for that one. It's not going to happen in today's episode. Quick sidebar. With the Barça breakdown, with the Barcelona blame game, where I do some analytics, those are going to take me an extra day. So whenever we have Wake Up in Barça the next day, you're going to have to wait on those most of the time. For right now, the breakdowns, the blame games, those will be extra posts afterwards. So just letting you know what's going on the channel. Anyway, Boosie, horrendous marking on that corner. Had several bad giveaways. He avoids the bad box only because Lewandowski. What were you thinking, my dude? What was going through your head? The first yellow, loses the ball, counterattack starts. Lewandowski just grabs an arm and pulls him down. It's a clear yellow, and it's a silly foul. You weren't in a position where you really had to make that professional foul to stop the counterattack. You could have just let him go. But a frustrated Lewandowski, speculating of course, frustrated Lewandowski pulls him down, gets a yellow card. Not much time goes by whatsoever. Clearance up to the front line. Lewandowski goes to chase down the ball. And then instead of playing the ball even a little bit, Lewandowski just does a full leap, lunge, elbow first into the defender. He's lucky he didn't get a straight red. The ball was behind him. Lewandowski needed to turn and face and bring the ball down, but instead he goes lunging into the opponent. It's a clear second yellow. Could have been a straight red. And for that lack of awareness, Lewandowski, already down a goal, not playing well as a team, and then you do something like that. For those reasons, get in the box, Lewandowski. Can't believe I'm doing this. Lewandowski's first bad box of his Barcelona career. Well-deserved. Idiotic play. Not factoring in the context of what's happening on the pitch. Selfish from Lewandowski. Gets the bad box. Move on. Because there was way more good. There was way more Barça than there was bad. So let's talk about what was Barça about this match. I want to shout out Balde. My man Pablo Wolves Blanco put up a great, had a great clip, I should say, on the Engine Room podcast, which you can check out Mondays. I had to miss this one, but it's up there. Pablo and Pablo and Buga holding it down. I digress again. I want to shout out Balde. Left side, right side, doesn't matter. His pace, his defending. I had some concerns about Balde's physicality early in this season, but he's starting to show, you know what? Not a problem. Not as much of a problem, I should say, as I thought. Some of the big forwards, I was thinking Inter Milan in particular when he didn't play against Dzeko, against Martinez. Some of those bigger, stronger forwards, he needs to maybe put on a few pounds. But I'm loving the commitment. I'm loving the energy on the ball. I'm loving his collaboration with Dembele, with Ansu Fati, left side, right side. Loving what I'm seeing from Balde. But he just narrowly missed out on the Barca box because we have to shout out Rafinha. You have to shout out Rafinha. Comes off the bench several times now. Several times for Barcelona in these last couple of weeks. He's come off the bench. He's had an impact. And this one was enormous. Enormous. The run was so incredibly clever. Starting from the right-hand side, drifting in towards the middle, then timing it perfectly to cut in behind. No defenders around him. He had time to look where the keeper was, and then that header. The composure from Rafinha. Are you kidding me? 9 players out of 10 would have blasted that header over the bar, would have tried to volley it first time. That the composure from Rafinha. And I'm telling you, the reason why he gets the Barca box is because there's so many players who would be like, well, I'm not a starter, so I'm not going to try hard. The coach wants me to just sit on the bench for 80 minutes and then come in and try. Meh. But that's not his attitude. Rafinha has the undefeated attitude. He says, give me the ball and watch what I do with it. I don't care when. I don't care how much playing time I have. I don't care where it is. I don't care the competition. I'm going to perform. That's Rafinha. So he gets the Barca box. Well done, sir. That leaves us with the mustache man of the match. And this goes to a man who ran his shorts off. I'm telling you, lung-busting runs, sideline to sideline, box to box. Didn't matter. Didn't matter if he was playing in the midfield or the back line. He was putting in the commitment. He was putting in the runs, winning the ball back, setting up the attack, and getting the game-winning assist. Frankie de Jong gets the mustache man of the match. A tremendous effort. Never say die. Frankie immediately, as soon as we went down a man, kicked it into a new gear. Said, we're not going to lose this one. We're not dropping points. It's not happening on my watch. Hate to call him out again, but Boosie does not have the mobility to be in the midfield, particularly when Barcelona are down a man. So Pedri and de Jong really picked up the slack in terms of coverage, and in particular, de Jong. Cannot sing his praises enough. I know that there's going to be some contract talks coming up after the World Cup. We cannot let him go. Pay this man his money. We cannot let him go. Frankie de Jong gets the mustache man of the match. Pedri gets the good box. Lewandowski gets the bad for his horrendous decision-making, getting himself sent off. Rafinha gets the Barca box. That's going to do it for the good, the bad, and the Barca. Let me know your thoughts. What did I get right? What did I get wrong? What would you have changed? I want to know your opinions. Let me know your questions, your comments, your concerns as I turn to the chat. And if you're watching this on replay, let me know down in the comments. I read all of them. I love to hear your thoughts. And if you have any questions, let me know. I'd be happy to respond. If you're watching on TikTok, again, click those hearts. I do appreciate you tuning in wherever you're watching. But if you want the full experience, swipe over to my profile, click the link in the bio. That'll take you over to YouTube. You can get all the glitz, the glamour, the bells, and the whistles, get to hang out with the rest of the Stash Squad. So thank you very much. Thank you for the follows. I do appreciate it. All right, let's turn and see what we got here. You stupid. Good morning, sir. Says FDJ, mustache man of the match. He was in the middle and when he went back to play center back. Amen to that. Civil Spinks, love the name. Says Xavi isn't man enough to bench Busquets. Busquets should never start a match for this club again. I wouldn't say that. He benched Piqué. He benched Alba. He has benched Busquets at times. I just don't think he's going to fully bench him and have him sit there a la Piqué. I don't think that's going to happen. Maxime, what's up, dude? Says FDJ can only play in a 4-2-3-1. Disagree. We've seen several occasions now where Frankie de Jong plays a solo pivot. Yes, he's been sharing that spot with Boosie several times over the last couple of weeks, but we've also seen Frankie with Pedri and Gavi playing that solo pivot role. So I'm going to disagree with you there. I think Frankie de Jong has proven that he is our next pivot. He can do it with a double pivot. He can do it with a single pivot. He can do it from the center back position. Doesn't matter. Frankie de Jong in the center of the pitch. That's what we want. That's what we need. Absolutely. G Nam says he can play 4-3-3, but as long as the midfield pointed forward instead of usual pointing backwards. Someone else with a name that I can't pronounce because it's in a different language, but I'm glad you're here, says de Jong should be kept at any cost. Deploy de Jong at center defensive mid. Drop Busquets. Xavi should see this. I'm with you on that. I'm certainly with you. BJ, good to see you. Says, I don't know why Xavi starts Bootsy. Okay, all right, folks. I get it. We're unhappy with Busquets. I understand. We are going to do a Barcelona blame game. That video will probably come out tomorrow, if not Friday. We'll take a look at Busquets. It was his fault on the corner. There was a couple other pieces in the game that I wanted to point out. We'll do a little Barca blame game. Ayush is here. What's up, brother? And Barca boy, what's up, dude? Says, bro, we committed 6 fouls and got 4 yellow cards. Hold that L, Jill. Amen. Amen to that. The stats for this one, we pointed out earlier, but it's worth taking a look again. The stats for this one, Barcelona should not have won this match. We should not have won. 54% possession, 81% passing accuracy. Those are not Barcelona numbers. 500 passes, we normally have 700. It's normally 65, 70% possession, 700 passes, 89, 90, 91% passing accuracy. You know what I mean? So Barcelona, I think, I'm not going to say lucky. It was well earned. It was the commitment. It was the never say die attitude. It was the undefeated mentality that got us this win. And you can complain about Xavi starting Busquets. You can complain about Busquets' playing time overall. You can nitpick Xavi's tactics. But at the end of the day, folks, he's got this team where we need to be. In fact, I think I can pull this up. I'm pretty sure. Yes, I did. I know I at least quoted this. Let me bring up the... Yeah, here we go. Here we go. For those of you that are sitting there going, oh, no progress under Xavi. Oh, what's Xavi done? We can't win any big matches. There's been no progress. Xavi out. Look at this. Through 14 games, best home record, best away record, most goals scored, least goals conceded, 37 of 42 points, La Liga leaders. All right? SWS, thanks for subscribing. Welcome to the community. Give yourself a little shout out. Let us know where you're watching from. Anyway, I digress. Look at that. No progress under Xavi. Get real, folks. Get real. Think about where we were last year. We were in 9th place or something like that. We're all disappointed about Champions League. Okay, we're all disappointed about it. But you know what? We got a pretty high-profile matchup against Manchester United. After that, you know that UEFA is going to rig it so that we play Arsenal. And then who knows what happens after that. But Barcelona playing tremendous football. Absolutely tremendous. You Stupid says, people have been so used to Busi at the pivot that they can't see anyone else there. Yaya Torre, Marquez, Van Bommel, Admilson, Keita, Deco all played there and Barca won games. Amen to that. You're forgetting... oh, no, you did say Edmilson. Man, you really... You got some good names there, you stupid. Hot name drops. Barca Boy says, at the end of the day, champions win when they don't play well. Amen to that. You see, you got to be able to win ugly. It's not always going to be beautiful Barcelona with their performances. I hate to say it, but look at what Real Madrid has done over the past couple years. It's not always a dominant performance. It's not always pretty. A lot of them are 1-0, 2-1, but they get the job done. And that's what Xavi has implemented for this team. It's that never say die attitude, the undefeated mindset. Glad to have it here at the Blaugrana. SWS watching from Barcelona. All right, good to have you, buddy. Welcome to the community. Ask how long have I been a Barcelona fan for? Man, it has now been, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but about 18 years? Been about 18 years. I started following Barcelona when I was 15, 16. I'm 34 now, so I can't believe I'm that old. But yeah, it's been about 16 years. I'm tatted in. Mwah. Never say die. Absolutely. My goodness. Farhan says, it's the fighting spirit and the mentality that we were lacking with Coleman, Setien, Valverde. I think Valverde had us with that fighting spirit, but we had such a just lack of depth with that squad, lack of creativity in our lineup back in the Valverde days. Anyway, You Stupid says, facts, you have to win ugly sometimes. Amen to that. Ryan Scott saying Madrid are in a rebuild. I would say they're in a bit of a refresh, not a rebuild. Barcelona was in a rebuild. We had to start from the ground up. Real Madrid's a bit in a refresh with Tchouameni, with Camavinga, with who else in their midfield. They're getting a refresh, I would say, but good to point out. Maxime says, I still remember you with short hair back in, it wasn't 2017, it was 2019, I believe. But yes, all those videos are still up. If you want a good laugh, go onto my channel, click on videos, sort by oldest first, watch a couple of those videos. It's still the same room. You won't recognize it whatsoever, but it's still in this room. New camera, new microphone, all new backdrop, but same room, same guy, short hair, same mustache. But it's worth checking out if you want to laugh. Anyway, SWS says, holy crap, that's a long time, talking about how long I've been supporting Barca. Yes, lived through some of the best years in football. So did I. Grateful for it. Amen, dude. Amen. Starting in really like 2005, 6, up through 2015, that decade. Give me chills just thinking about it. Look at that. Will it focus? Look at those chills. Just thinking about Barcelona from 2005 to 2015 gives me chills. That's how much I love this club. Mwah. I love you too. Anyway, folks, I got to get going. I got to go out and start my day. I've got a full day ahead of me. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Go out there and have positive interactions, high fives, and hugs for whoever wants them. I love you all very much. I appreciate you spending your time with me. Thank you for starting your day the Barcelona way. And we got Jack McGuire joining us just in time. Glad to have you, buddy. And if I missed you in the chat, I do apologize. I know we had some good conversation going, but we got Alex creeping in there. How you doing, sir? Bend over. Very clever name. Glad to have you. It says Barcelona will easily get Mbappe, Reece James, and Kimmich in the winter market. Don't know about all that. A little bit optimistic. But we'll talk winter transfers when the time comes. We got a whole World Cup ahead of us first. All right. So we're going to be doing Wake Up in Barca on Friday. We'll have some Barca breakdown videos to go over. We'll do a little Barca blame game for that corner that we gave up against Osasuna. But plenty of content still coming up on this channel. Even though Barcelona are taking a break, we'll still be live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday with Barcelona news. We will mostly be focusing on the Barcelona players at the World Cup. We'll also take a look at some winter transfer targets as they perform for their countries. Lots of news, lots of content still coming up on this channel. Make sure you subscribe, turn on notifications, drop a like before you go. Like I said, go out there and do good things, friends. I appreciate you. I really do. Wonderful things. Love to you from me. Thank you so much for tuning in and taking a ride. We'll see you next time. Mwah.